So we're into FastField. We go back, everything we do, including a no-show, use the master install form. It's going to ask you what you want to do. Well, we want to start the form. Let's check that. It's going to open this up for us. Starting at the top, fill in all the information, gang. We need the VIN, the device serial number. And when I say device, that means if it's a camera, a GPS box, whatever. We need that information. And a truck number. Truck 12, Joey, Lonnie, Steve, whatever. After you complete the whole job, hit submit to send it to the office. Take pictures or photos of all your serial numbers that you have installed or removed. If it's a no-show, the app is going to ask you for photos. So take a picture of a street sign, picture of the customer in front of their building, something that shows that you were there, because this will show a date and time that you were on the site. So you get paid for your no-show. Customer says you never showed up. Well, yes, I did. We've got proof of it. So there you go. Pretty easy. We start off with date and time. Just select that. Select that. I mean, it's automatically going to populate, the month, day, and year for you. You can go ahead and hit done, and we're good to go. Name of the customer. This customer is going to be like, say, Ace Plumbing or whatever it is. PO number. You can get your PO number in Service Fusion under custom fields. If you tap on custom fields, you go into Service Fusion, you'll be able to see it. You can copy it and paste it in here. These jobs all have typically a ticket number, so you'll be able to go in and put your ticket number in here. Customer work changes. Customer must call customer service to make changes. Do what's on the work order only. If they ask you to install 12 battery-operated asset trackers, no, don't do it. You're not going to get paid for it. They ask you to fix 3 other things besides what's on the work order, just don't do it. And when you hit this button, it means you understand that, you agree that if they need anything done, they need to call customer service for whoever you're out there working for to get changes made to the work order. Next box down here is called work completed on site today. What did you do? I installed 10 devices with driver ID, installed 10 boxes with 10 cameras. Whatever you did, just put it in here, short, brief, and to the point. If it's a no-show, just put in here, arrived at customer location on time, customer had no vehicles available, short, brief, and to the point. Put your story in there so we don't have to call you and say, hey, what'd you do out there? Many times, you'll get a job for 10 installs and there may only be 5 vehicles out there. This is why you need to do the completion notes on this, and including Service Fusion. So the girls, everybody knows what you did and they can pay you and get this billed out appropriately. When you're done with the job, check the status. It's like complete. You did 10 out of 10. Incomplete. Well, only 5 trucks were there. No show. Customer didn't have equipment, or we need to reschedule. So you can do this when you're all finished. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes. New GPS serial number, scan. This has a really good barcode scanner in it, and typically we're going to use, like, say, the Zergo box. We just need to scan that top number that's on here, serial number. So we'll hit the scan feature, and I don't want the bottom number, so I'm going to cover that up, and it's got it already. I mean, it works pretty darn good. So it's got that number already. If for some reason it doesn't scan, you can enter it manually. If you have an old device that you're putting in, go ahead and grab the old device. Sometimes the number will work, sometimes it won't, but make sure you get the ESN for that device, electronic serial number, giving it a quick scan, and look how fast that populates. It works pretty darn good. They made some good improvements to this. Again, if you can only read the last 6 because the label's ripped or torn, just enter that manually. Sometimes you won't have a device, no harm, no foul. GPS label, cam label on device, not the box, a serial number. Okay, gang, we don't want the picture of this whole box unless that's all you've got, but we need a photo of the device. So, go in, snap a photo of the device, take a picture of it, boom, that's it, that one's done. We need a picture of the old device. Well, hey, there's the old one, boom. We need a picture of the camera. Typically, we want the serial number of the camera. We don't need all the other stuff on the side of the box. So we'll just take a picture of that. Boom. Now, if you have a problem or something goes wrong, you forget, well, hey, at least you've got all this stuff saved. Tap the done button. That's it. Done. Saved. You can see you got 3 photos saved in there. Moving on to the VIN, vehicle identification number. Scan your VIN. This scanner is really, really good. I keep saying that. They've improved it. That little tiny QR code on a General Motors VIN tag that's in the windshield, this little scan tool will pick it up and it'll give you the VIN. It may add a single number to the beginning, but use this to scan your VIN. And when you're done scanning, move to the label. If you're doing it in the door jamb or on the door, take a picture of the VIN. We need to know, it'll tell us the VIN and the year of manufacture, and it also shows what vehicle you were at. So the customer can't say, you didn't do the right vehicle, you didn't do what they told you, it's in the wrong vehicle. The photos don't lie. Most important, guys and girls, when you're using FastField, do it on site. Do not take pictures of everything and then leave and try to fill this in. It's not why we put this together. We do this to eliminate confusion. And when you leave the job site, this should be completely done before you stick the key in your ignition to take off. Back to the VIN and everything else. Camera scan, we want the serial number. Well, let's go ahead and hit the scanner. Let's get the serial number of this camera. Boom, look how fast that went, and it's accurate. Plus, when we send this to customers, they know that, hey, they scanned this thing, so it's got to be right. I haven't seen this thing wrong yet. Again, it does a good job. Vehicle label, truck number, Joe, Johnny, truck 6, whatever. I mean, all this is self-explanatory. Year, make, model, odometer. If you're doing a piece of equipment, heavy machinery, yellow machinery, a pump, whatever, put the hours in there. That's all. Done. If for some reason the odometer does not work, just put in 111 or 999. Put a number in there. If we see the same numbers in there, we'll know there's a problem with the vehicle, and it's self-explanatory. Also, if you see a red dot next to this information, this is mandatory information that you have to put in. We need to have this. Now, granted, you may not get a VIN photo. If you can't get a VIN photo, get the license plate or something that shows that it's attached to that vehicle. License plate, truck number, VIN number, something, a picture of the whole truck. Get just whatever, just put something in there that shows you're at the vehicle. Moving on down, license plate. If there's no plate on it, it's a temp tag. Use the last 4 of the VIN. What did we do to this truck? Oh, we did an install. We added a camera. We had to add driver ID to it. It's a tow truck. We had to do PTO. We had to add an ECMD cable or logbook cable. We added a driver-facing camera. Check the box, and we had to remove the old device. So there you go. At a glance, we can go into this job. We know what you did. Picture of the camera on glass and GPS mounting spot. If you mount the GPS device, say in the left end cap of the vehicle or behind the left AC vent, take a picture of where you mounted it. If you can catch the GPS in there, that's fine. If you forget, just take a picture of where you mounted it. So if somebody has to go back, you don't have to hunt for it. We can tell you where it's at. Mounting spot of the camera on glass. Now, we want to see the camera on glass. Typically, you might see it from this angle, which is the driver's side. We want to show that you've got an appropriate angle on this. So take a picture of it on the glass. We want to show that this is mounted to where they can't drop down the visors and whatnot to block it. Also on these cameras, if you look at this side, we'd like to see this as well. If this is mounted level, if the camera's mounted to a windshield and this little eye on the side or football, whatever you want to call it, is mounted level, that means you've got a good view. And the customer can't say, you taking a picture of this? Customer can't say, oh, well, now it's facing up or it's facing down or they didn't do it right. This is to cover and protect everybody involved with the process. So take a picture of your camera on glass or where your GPS is. Notes, where your notes go. For your notes, windshield broken, windshield cracked, vehicle wouldn't crank, battery dead. If you couldn't do anything, if everything's fine with the install, you don't need any notes. Just the notes are there in case there's a problem that you want to document while you're there. Truck would not start before install. Just whatever it is, put it in there. This is a CYA thing. And again, we've also added photo as needed for damage. Hey, broken windshield, trim ring around the odometer is broken. Take a picture of it. This is here to save you. When you are all finished, you're ready for the next vehicle, you got all your information, you did your check-in with the service provider. Pretty simple. Add new, add your next vehicle. Now, if you've got too many of these, say you do this by accident and all of a sudden you have like 6 slots filled out and you only got 2 vehicles, just go ahead and delete that. If I can get my thumb to work. Let's go back and we'll scroll down. Let's delete that one. It's asking me if I want to delete it. There we go. We've deleted it. That's it. So now we're back to our first vehicle. We only need to add another. I couldn't see that on the bottom before. Anyhow, so there you go. That's it. That's it for FastField. If you have any questions, of course, always call the office. You can also flip back and forth with this to do different things. If you go to submit this and you don't have all your information in there, it will tell you what are you missing? What exactly you're missing? Well, you're missing a PO. It's going to bring you to where the PO is. So we can go next. Let's submit again. Everything. Work completed on site. Job status. VIN photo. If you miss something, this app will tell you what you're missing. And this is important. This is stuff we need for our customers. You get paid off this. We bill off of this. This is your gospel, and it has to be, we want it accurate, and it saves from us having to call and saying, hey, how many did you do? What was the status? How come that truck wasn't there? Was there a problem with the truck? So there you have it, gang. FastField in a nutshell with the improved stuff on it. Again, just to recap, the scanner works super well. Lots of improvements on it. Again, let's see, you can actually go into menu, you can validate the form. And again, validation tells you what you're missing on it. Index, you can go to different sections of this and go back to it. If you're doing multiple vehicles, you need to get back somewhere, you can go into that. Use the index to take you to different places on it at a touch. And again, when you submit this, we automatically get your job sheet. Your job sheet will come in automatically. It gives us a PO number, the name of the customer, and the ticket number. So you don't even have to title the email. It's all filled out, already for you. Last but not least, the last thing that you can do with this is, say we have a something going on. Where we want to upload this. It's asking me for something, so we want to upload it. What you can actually do is you can go into a submitted form and take this, and it'll ask you at the end, okay, like we're asking you to upload this to Service Fusion, put it in there. You can do a couple things. You go into this part of it, you can actually PDF the report, so it'll turn it into a PDF. Now you get to see what your finished product looks like, and if you need to email it or send it in or send a copy to the customer, POC, hit that thing on the bottom left, and you can pick whoever you want to send it to, and that takes care of that. The other thing you can do with this is go back in, copy and edit the form. Say you made a mistake. You put in the wrong PO or the wrong ticket number. You can go back in and change it and save it and resubmit it. And the changes will be made in the office. It'll come in twice. If the girls or anybody sees a completed FastField sheet come in twice, they'll know the latest one that came in is the correct one. So again, there's different features in FastField that you can take advantage of. Something else I wanted to show you guys as well is when we look at, say, one of these forms, if we go back in to, let's look at a scan, right? Let's look at a GPS scan. This is important. This will save you time. All right, if you look at this, well, we're not going to rescan it, but let's go down here on the bottom. Look what it has right there. There's the serial number of the device we scanned, right? So check this out. Select all, copy. I can take that and now paste that into the app that I'm using from the manufacturer to check this device in, so you don't have to keep entering 10 and 17 digit numbers all the time. Guess what? Same thing happens with the VIN of the vehicle. Same thing. You can go back in and rescan it, select the text, the A with the text thing on it, bottom left. It'll bring the whole VIN up. So again, you don't have to sit there and keep re-entering it. You scan it, copy it, paste it into the, say, Reveal app or Geotab app, whatever you're working with, and that's it. You're done. So there you go. There's your down and dirty on FastField, the way we have it set up. And again, if you need to get rid, this is pretty much self-explanatory. You need to get rid of something, you get rid of it. It'll delete the number out. Once you delete it, it's not going to come back. So lots of little things that you can do with this. Most important, we need it filled out completely. We need it accurate, and we need it submitted. And we're going to be going back to where you can actually submit this yourself into your Service Fusion app. This way your job sheet is uploaded in there and nobody will ever have to chase you for it. It's all done on site before you leave, and it enables everybody to work much faster and much smoothly. So if you have any questions, call the office. There's your down and dirty on FastField. Enjoy.